the new Parkway Theater, where good food, diverse entertainment, and community create a place for everyone. For showtimes and special events, check out www.thenewparkway.com. You are listening to High Score 510, where real talk is our vernacular.
Let's see, what's my Cutty Corner shout out? I really don't have a good Cutty Corner shout out.
The Barbie movie?
No.
Cardi B hitting motherfuckers with their mic in the face.
No, everybody wearing pink at the Barbie movie. It's like the Wakanda. Everybody wearing African colors in the first Black Panther movie.
Got Mitch McConnell freezing mid-sentence.
Can I shout out to Strokes?
Had to reboot.
Yeah, stroke victims.
Let's open up the X app. Yeah, not porn related, but
I don't want to get into politics. I'm trying to avoid getting into politics right now. That's why I'm having a hard time with my Cutty Corner shout out.
Well, I mean, you said enough politics the last 3 weeks, Jared. Brandon, you missed Jared the last couple of weeks been on a high horse of politics.
I'm telling you, that's why I'm trying to avoid it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the High Score 510 podcast. You can catch us at High Score 510 on the Instagram, the YouTube, and on the Twitter. You can also check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/High Score 510.
So you think there's still going to be Twitter, or you think there's going to be X.com?
Or X.com. Or whatever it's called. You know what? Fuck it. I don't go through the .com. I just go on the app that still has the bird.
Hey, did Elon Musk open up your old Twitter account?
No. I didn't. I didn't write them. I didn't write them from my. Yeah, I need to write them, but it is what it is. But yeah, at Horcrux Hipster on Twitter.
So do you think? Well, so I had a theory that like Elon Musk is in like Brewster's Million, where he has to throw away $44 billion.
He's like, I got too much money
to get $100 billion.
This man does not represent me, Your Honor.
I would remove that from the court records. I would.
He bought it for so much. He should have just been like, hey, just keep doing what you're doing. I would like to have some creative input on a couple things to do.
Profit. Jared, did you see Brewster's Million? He can't make a profit from it. Did you ever watch that Richard Pryor movie, Jared?
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember, he had to spend, to get the inheritance, he had to spend so much money and get no profit from it.
Yeah, no assets. So I feel like that's what Elon's doing with Twitter.
Remember, did he buy a baseball card and like give it away or something?
Yeah.
What he did.
And he couldn't give it
like some stamps, like he was invested in stupid business ideas.
Some stamps and mailed this.
Well, hopefully Elon Musk continues this great trajectory. Twitter has definitely started slacking in performance and quality overall in the last few months since he bought it. But maybe he's just restructuring it for a big new Twitter is better than ever. X.com. So I don't know what the fuck the motherfucker's doing. Anyways, also check out our TikTok page at the High Score 510. Tap in, find us. Anyways, and we are here with
this is AG3 coming at you faster than Tyreek Hill swatting at an employee that he paid to do something with him, take him fishing. What's wrong with that? Why is somebody hanging around? I wouldn't do shit for Tyreek Hill. That man got the temper of a linebacker.
All right, here's your soundbite, Aaron.
This is my wife, Lucy. I want to make it very clear that I have only one dear wife, Lucy, who's here, and I do not have any other. Ask any question you want to ask me. I'm happy to reply to them.
Damn.
Ask now or never.
He's president. He can ask him. They can ask him a lot more questions.
That's great. Why you sound like English is his second language?
That was the president of Kenya. That was the Kenyan president. I think back in 2009-ish or something like that, he called a press conference to dispel rumors of polygamy and that he had only one wife.
That was gonna be no African law on that.
Pedro, that was gonna be a soundbite, but I found a better one for you. And we are here with
everybody's favorite airplane pilot, Captain P Funk, coming at you. Well, first of all, shout out to my son, my stepson, Michael. Happy birthday. It's a birthday today. And second of all, Andor sucks.
He's trying to say that to make me mad.
All right, well, here's your soundbite, Pedro.
I drive a Ford pickup because my daddy told me they're built tough. Right, Daddy?
Right, and I bought a Ford pickup because my daddy told me they were built tough. Right, Daddy? Yep, and I drive a Ford pickup because my daddy told me they were built tough.
I drive a Subaru because I'm gay.
Come on, man. Wait, let me see that comment. My retired Air Force husband is 6-something, 249, black and bald, drives our Subaru. His bumper sticker says Subaru is not just for lesbians.
I'm telling you, it's not. See, a gay woman said it, people. I know a long time ago I got in trouble for that Subaru comment. So now you got it from the horse's mouth.
That was on that show, whatchamacallit? Fubar. Pedro, you watched that Arnold Schwarzenegger show?
What's it called?
Fubar.
No, I haven't watched that.
On Netflix. I'm telling you, it's kind of hilariously bad, but good.
Man, all things are Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Well, it's like kind of like, yeah, he's in this. It's definitely Murtaugh method. Murtaugh method is part of the ranking on this one. The Murtaugh method.
And you have so many ranking systems.
Yeah, I got that, and I created a new one. Pedro, helped create a new one. What was it called, Pedro? What were we calling it? Oh, the Notorious scale, Aaron. That's what we called it.
Yeah,
Notorious scale.
No,
when you
up.
watch something that you're like, you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, so I kind of liked it.
So and he said it's not bad. Yeah, it was all right because it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. He was talking about that movie Notorious, Brandon. I was telling him how that movie was trash. I mean, it wasn't good, right? I mean, he's like, no, I thought it was all right.
No,
man.
I was expecting it to be really
bad,
Brandon. I was like, I don't want to be in this drive-in theater watching this.
Wait, you went?
You went to see that in the drive? You want to have your speakers playing the soundtrack, huh? That's why.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, okay.
That's hilarious. Well, if you go with no expectations and a little high, it's not bad.
It's like I was starving. I ate food and it didn't make me shit myself. It was pretty good.
Hey, I watched Fast and Furious 9. The hot clock.
It says hot slack, slack, smoke, beer zack, mech.
I watched that in the drive-in and enjoyed it.
That was high level Coonan. Like Tyrese in those movies, some of the highest level Coonan you can get. He's like Hall of Fame level.
I'm good at this.
You know what the thing is, Brandon? Drive-ins used to be the thing in LA. Pedro hadn't got out of the system yet.
Yeah.
When I grew up, that's where we watched majority of our movies. Because if you have a family, it's cheaper. And you can bring your own food. So it's cheaper to do. And so the bigger the family you have, the usually you saw movie theaters and a drive-in.
Yeah. I saw Beetlejuice.
But you get two movies too for the price of one.
Yeah. It's tight though. Yeah, driving. Brandon, you've been to the driving, right?
Yeah, I've been one time. It's not the experience for me.
If you have a truck or a back cab where you can open up the back and sit back or put chairs in it, a lot of people had their pickup trucks and putting chairs in it.
Yeah, so
what city were you in?
I was in my pickup.
I was the one in Concord. Yeah, so
we used to go to one in Long.
Sit out of the car. Some people sit in it, and then people had trucks and SUVs.
Yeah, we went to the one in Las Vegas. I had the Suburban there, and
you open up the back hatch. Yeah, open up the back hatch. You get a chair, or like some nice blankets laid down, pillows.
LA, when we had the van, we went.
But if I want to lay down, though, I'd just be at the house.
No,
but
it's outdoor.
You can get the movie back then,
and you get the big screen. Yeah, something about the big screen. It's
really fun, Brandon. Just if you go on a cool
and usually
night,
go to the concession stands. I'll say this. They have typically kind of like old school style concession stands where you're like, this brings you back to like 80s, early 90s, like concession stands where they had, you knew what they had. They would have like hot dogs, nachos, cotton candy, some other shit. They might even have some video games and arcade games.
Right.
And you're going to get some shitty but good classic, movie stadium food.
Yeah. If you go around fall time, it's a good time to take the family. You guys will enjoy yourself.
All right. Well, and we are here with.
Oh, hey, this is Brandon, aka Taco Pablo. If anybody out there wants to go see The Sound of Freedom, and yell racial epithets at the people on screen, please direct message me on Instagram.
Alien infidel. ¿Qué pasa, Jota?
Damn, that's how people do it. Damn.
All right, Brandon. Well, here's your soundbite. Gen Z football coaches be like.
Chop your feet, wrap your arms, and ask for consent. May I tackle you? If they say no, let him go. Exactly.
Yeah, they copied Modern Family. They had an episode that years ago, except it was on the millennial. They how to coach millennial players and how they had to change and respect the fact that they were. I respect the fact you're letting them run past you, but I wish you would tackle them. Yeah, it's basically making fun of that and people pronoun. Or they were talking about pronouns.
It's almost football season, guys.
Almost football season. We're getting there.
Football season don't stop.
And my name is Jared, aka DJarTT, with 2 T's for a double dose of that tink tink. The D is silent, so it's just Jart. And here's my soundbite.
When you say nigga, a lot of people are nigga. That's got to be racist. There's no way. I'm gonna just keep it real. There's no way that is like of our culture.
Man, Jared, what the hell you be watching, dude?
When you say nigga, a lot of people are nigga. That's got to be racist.
All right. Well, I got a fun activity for us to do.
Oh shit!
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, you seem undecided, man. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. Well, in honor of our dear friend Patty getting his American citizenship, shout out to Patty, beer making Minnesota dad, Dick Smasher 69 of the High Score Super Bowl Confessionals Hotline. Anyways, Patty, shout out sponsorship, friend of the show.
You're one of us now.
Yeah, is an American now, apparently, according to Instagram. Anyways, the Shade Room, shout out to Shade Room, came out with some brain games and it said, roomies, are you passing the U.S. citizenship test? They have 10 questions. I'm going to read you the 10 questions. I need you guys to write down your answers. And we're going to see who would be eligible to be an American citizen. Now, you got to get 6 out of 10, apparently. Okay, you got to get 6 out of 10.
Can you at least tell us to go get a pen before you just say, hey,
just do it on your phone. Do put on your notes on your phone.
We'll put it in my Google search right now.
Yeah, just we can be technological, guys. You guys, we can use pens, pencils.
Aaron, you didn't realize what he said. You think I don't wear my outside pants inside the house?
Jared's doing the show in his head and not prepping everybody online.
I got my little notes out. Go.
Hey, you guys know everyone listen to this. You found out there was a game the same time we did.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We all even.
Oh man, I didn't know there was gonna be a game in this episode.
Game in a while, and I said, I gotta get a
that's
game
true.
in the guy.
Pedro sounded like the Eagles after the Super Bowl. Man, did you see the way that turf was? Like they were the only ones playing on the turf. They got beat by a team playing on that same turf too. Turf was bad, man. Let us get some good grass. Play that game and get on good grass.
All right.
They playing on the same grass you playing on? I mean, shit.
They wasn't tripping and slipping on the same grass as you was?
Yes, they were.
All right. Well, here are the questions. All right. Question number 1 of, are you eligible to be an American citizen? Question 1. What is one reason colonists came to America? What is one reason colonists came to America? I hope these are...
Is this like the true answer, or am I supposed to say a joke?
I'm trying to see if you should have your green card still. So it's a green card.
I'm naturalized. That's what immigrants, dude. I'm naturalized citizen. I was born out here.
We're gonna see if we can you beat an immigrant? It's like are you smarter than a 5th grader? Are you smarter than an immigrant?
All right, that's a better way of putting it. Okay, what's question?
Have I studied more than an immigrant? No.
You are American. You should know. Vivek Ramaswamy is going to be upset if you guys don't do well on this.
This is the great thing about being born in this country. You ain't got to worry about after these questions.
Question number 2. Who is the father of our country? Quotations. Father of our country. Quotations. Father of our country. Who is?
Alexander Hamilton. No.
All right. Question number 3. Name one of the 2 longest rivers in the United States. Name one of the 2 longest rivers in the United States. Question number 4. Why does the flag have 13 stripes?
Make sure Pedro answer that one first.
Question number 5. Name one branch or part of the government. Name one branch or part of the government.
The Trump branch, Trump arm, or the Trump leg.
We're gonna let you work through beating out a magic moment, Aaron. That's what
I'm not lucky.
You better choose a different one. You got a couple other ones.
I got 2 other choices.
Hopefully Pedro chooses the same one that you can't pronounce, because he has fun time with that one too.
I will pay each one of you guys $5 for you guys to play a whole game of Taboo. You and Pedro.
All right. Question number 6. Where is the Statue of Liberty?
Lord, what kind of question is that?
The shade rooms. They acquired them through some.
Who's in the shade room? I want to question their intelligence.
It's like Royal Star for people with jobs.
No, Darius got a job and that nigga stay on. Yeah, it's like if World Star and a slightly more distinguished BET had a baby.
Is it? I was saying, is it a certain color? I mean, what's the color?
It's black. It's black. Okay. All right. Question number 7. When is the last day you can send a federal income tax form? When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms?
On time?
I don't think they're letting these immigrants know you got to.
Are we talking about pre-COVID? Since COVID, the day's been kind of jumping.
Number 8. What are the 2 major political parties in the United States?
Major? Oh man, People's Party,
Tea Party, Panther Party,
House Party, House Party 1, 2, 3, and 4, House Party 1 and 2. That's easy to answer.
And question number 9. What was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did?
One important thing?
One important thing that Abraham Lincoln did.
Pull out.
Like as president?
Man, he fought a lot of vampires, you know.
I do remember that.
That movie could have been good. It was teetering.
Was Florence Pugh in that movie?
Who? Florence Pugh?
Pugh. Florence Pugh, the girl that looks thick, and then when you see her, she really ain't thick.
Oh yeah. The one from Black Widow.
Yeah. Dude, trust me. Did I hit on the nose though?
Actually, you're right.
She got that short, she got that short, kind of like squatty body that you think like, oh shit.
Right. So from her front and back profile, she looks thick.
As soon as she turns, she is flat.
She's short and hippie.
Thick. Yeah,
and she's really hippie. I'll still hit it though.
Oh, that beautiful pumpkin spice from your.
I hope the immigrants ain't got to spell this shit right, because I can't get this shit right with spell check.
Come on. All right. Aaron's trying to spell emancipation.
What are you
answer, Joe?
What are you trying to spell? I was like, I can't spell. I was like, what is he trying to spell?
You're giving up answers.
The slaves.
You said Abraham Lincoln, right?
Yeah. All right. It was like, I was like, what word would Aaron use that he can't figure out how to spell? All right. Number 10. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words? The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words?
Now, how many do they have to get right to get their citizenship?
6 out of 10, guys.
Oh, that's not. God damn, you could be a D student. No wonder why Trump said this shit going down the drain. Brandon said in the chat, don't be trying to make me lose my focus, Brandon.
I know, for real, Brandon. He's trying to make us all lose our focus right now.
Salacious.
All right. Well, let's get to the answers. So right now, you guys are gonna grade yourselves. Okay, I'm gonna go around and you're gonna tell me your answer for the question, and then we will move on to the next. And yeah, so here we go. Question number 1: what is the reason the colonists came to America?
What are you asking?
We're gonna start with AG3.
I got religious freedom, our freedom from religious persecution.
Brandon.
They came here for the money, the land. They needed to. People wanted to put down roots. They needed the land. So a lot of the poor people said, "Hey, if I go over there and work for a little bit, I get some land." They want space. Get away from other white people.
Damn. Okay.
White people been rebelling forever.
Okay, we'll see. And
I could be right, I could be wrong, but I don't know. I just feel good about that, though.
Pedro, what about you? What is one reason the colonists came to America?
Want to help the Native Americans with herd immunity, so they, spread some of those diseases.
Oh man!
It's like, you know what?
You have to stick to Pedro on lies.
Man, I thought this COVID conspiracy been in motion for a long time.
Oh Jesus! Well, the reason is religious freedoms. So I think AG3 is the only one.
God damn.
But if we're going based upon the high score 510 judges, all correct. All right.
I thought that because they didn't want to pay taxes.
No, they didn't want to pay taxes after they had got here.
That's later, Pedro. So that's much later.
All right. Question number 2: who is the father of our country? Brandon.
The father of our country. I was going to say Thomas Jefferson.
Pedro's going Peebo Bryson.
All right. Pedro, who is the father of our country?
I don't know his name, but the white man with the big hat, the big black hat. What's his name? Pilgrim.
Pilgrim Joe.
Pilgrim John. Pilgrim John, that's his name. And he had a musket.
AG3.
White father? Daddy.
I got George Washington, the great liberator and emancipator.
Man, he's a war criminal.
Well,
you're going to get kicked out the test, Brandon.
The correct answer is George Washington.
God damn, man.
These niggas about to lose their citizenship.
I thought we were talking about documentation, man, because we talk about Alexander Hamilton. We can talk about Thomas Jefferson.
Everybody know the father who's considered the father of this country is George Washington.
Here, man, George Washington got famous by tricking dumb soldiers. That's how he got famous. Okay, everybody used to run up,
Hamilton.
stand up in a straight fucking line for 100 fucking yards. And you know what George Washington said? Hey, let's hide behind these trees and wait till they get close.
One thing the natives gave us was this idea of running behind cover and using movement as tactics. It's like, what a revolutionary thought. Kill them all. It's like,
exactly. He is Elvis Presley of war generals. That's what he is. He's
so much truth.
I'm not going to complain.
All right. Question number 3. So AG3 was 2 correct, and Brandon and Captain P-Funk are struggling with 0 for 2.
Struggling what? I'm telling you all facts on this side.
All right, number 3. Name one of the longest rivers in the United States. Pedro.
That's easy. Come on, man. This is real easy. The longest river in the United States is the Flint River of Michigan. It's got lead and doo-doo in it. And they still use it for water somehow. So it's got to be the longest river.
All right. All right, AG3?
The Mississippi.
And Brandon?
I also said the Mississippi. I was going to say the Colorado, but, I would like to get a 1 question right this time. So I was going to be like, all right.
I think the Colorado River was one of the longest. I think it might be shortening it up.
No, it's the second. It's the second.
Okay. All right. Mississippi and the Colorado River is the correct answer. So I believe Brandon and Aaron got 1 correct. All right, Pedro. Although Flint is deep with pollution, it is not long in length.
It's lasting long for black folks in Detroit.
It's been there way too long. All right, number 4. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? AG3.
For the 13 original colonies.
All right, Brandon.
Oh, yes. It was for the 13 original colonies, one of which being North Carolina. Did you know that both Carolinas were one thing? It was like a North Korean, South Korean thing. South Carolina became a state because they liked slaves. In fact, 95% of the population was slaves back in the day, which explains a lot about South Carolina. But
they have their own little Haitian revolt.
Dude, I'm so fascinated by this. And people will tell you, like, oh, you should go visit this place. They had a lot of slaves there. Like, that's the tourist attractions down there. But anyway, see the hero there. Answer's 13.
No, there's still slaves down there. They're all my skin color, Brandon. All the cops were black. Everybody was black in South Carolina last time I went there. Everybody. I haven't seen so many black folks ever in my life.
The only people that weren't black was the college administration and the head football coach.
That's it. That was it. I don't know if the white people. Black. I think white people had a curfew. I was there at like 1 a.m. in the morning, and literally everybody was black. I didn't see not one white person.
Yeah. Shit. Well, all right, Pedro. Why does the flag have 13 stripes?
Yeah, I know this one. Hey, y'all got it wrong again. That's because they shot that nigga Tonto 13 times.
Name one branch or part of the government. Brandon.
I said the legislative branch, which is for purchase. If you have the dollars, if you got the dime, they got the time.
Pedro, can you name one of the branches of government?
All facts. Brandon just stole mine. That's what I was going to say. The get rich branch. That's how you get that paper. You get your money up. We got to hand them some cheddar. You can't change no laws without it.
What's the name of that branch, Pedro?
Get rich branch. Get rich, or you're gonna die trying.
AG3, what is your answer?
I got the judicial branch.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you have the judicial, legislative, and executive branches. So sounds like everyone got that correct. Although Pedro technically didn't say any of those.
All facts.
Number 6. Where is the Statue of Liberty? AG3.
New York.
Brandon.
Sorry, it's in New York.
Pietro.
It's on an island right next to the beach. Oh,
The answer is New York. New York. That's all you had to do. Question number 7. When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms? Aaron.
According to you, April 15th, even though the day's been extended to last like 3+ years.
Brandon.
It is April 15th. 4/15. 4/15.
Pedro, as the owner and operator of his own business, I hope he knows this one. When is the last day?
Well, it's always 3 years after on April 15th if you got child support because you're trying to catch up.
It's the Friday after the
3 years. You file your taxes every 3 years. You get a lawyer, get one of those tax lawyers and help you knock off 20-30 grand, and then you file. So every 3 years on the 15th of April.
All right. Yeah, April 15th is the right answer.
I literally know Negroes that have done what I just said. I am not even joking.
Pedro over here trying to scam the system.
Trying to.
All right. Well, last 3. Here we go. Number 8. What are the 2 major political parties in the United States? Brandon.
The Democrats and the Republicans. I almost said Democratic Republic of the Congo, but that's not them.
The worst thing that could ever happen to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela and black folk.
Pedro.
Blue versus red. Crips.
Right. That's what I should have said. That's what I should have said. Damn it. Anyways, the rich racists and the slave traders. Did I get it right? Those are the two. Just two, right?
I mean, technically, they all rich, but
but at least the Republicans are rich and they want you to be slaves. Democrats want to pay you, but they still don't like you.
All right, AG3.
You know, there's the elephant and the donkey, man.
All right, number 9. Remember, you have to get 6 to pass the test. Number 9, what is one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did? Pedro.
He got some of that black twat. That's what he did.
Tell me.
Great Abraham Lincoln.
He didn't just say that.
Yeah, let's see how Jordan looking at.
He said it in front of your wife. He said it in front of Jordan.
Oh man.
Oh my God, you stupid. All right. AG3.
He came out the Emancipation Proclamation and said, free these black men. Because he wanted to bring a bull into the wife to the bedroom. He wanted his bulls to be free. I give him props for that. He didn't want slave bulls. He wanted free bulls.
Abraham Lincoln was born in a log cabin in Illinois. This poor white trash would only become the president of the United States.
Yes.
Once in office, this white capitalist swine manipulated the freedom of the black man for his own political career. Free brother to another piece of poor white trash, shot him in the head. The end. Woo!
That's tight. Abe Lincoln. That's
Abe
Slender
Lincoln.
Man.
See, that's who Adam Tony too, trying to be like Abe Lincoln. That's all he's trying to do.
Come on.
All right, Brandon.
Abraham Lincoln. He freed the slaves. Apparently, if you let some of these Hotep black people tell you, he was 1/16 black.
Yeah, he was an octoroon or something like that, bruh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess today you probably say he's like probably Creole, but I mean,
he came from a very mixed race group of people in the mountains of like West Virginia or some shit or somewhere.
Yeah,
his mama did.
His mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Well, it's funny because Abraham Lincoln actually freed black women before he freed the black man. Freed him in that bedroom.
All right. Number 10, the idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are these words? AG3.
Oh, is it we the people?
All right. Brandon.
We the people, in order to perform more perfect union. I don't know how far I was supposed to go, but I ran out of space in my paper.
All right. And Pedro, what is your answer?
We the crackers. We be better than you.
White power.
Always remember that.
White power.
White power.
Let's calculate our scores, and we'll start with you, AG3. How did you fare on this very difficult emancipation?
I got a 10 out of 10.
AG3, you are
a citizen of the bunch.
You are a citizen of the United States. You and Patty can go have a pint together. Congratulations, Brandon.
Hey, I got 8 out of 10, but I gotta say, man, for a pop quiz, it did pretty good, especially since Aaron been going to summer school with his and my dad made me work at the mill. He over there in class in air conditioning. No reason why he got 10 out of 10.
Okay, so Brandon, you are an American citizen. Compliments to the Shade Room. And you can go have a pint with Patty now. Pedro, what was your score?
Shoot. I'm just hoping Patty answered all his questions like I did. It's still an American citizen. I'm pretty sure Patty, knowing Patty, he probably did answer all the questions like I did. So welcome to America, my brother. Assalamu alaikum.
I think your gun's in the mail, so just look out for it. It'll be labeled school supplies.
Come on.
Let's get into some news. Ice Cube went on the Tucker Carlson show and complained that he's being blackballed by the NBA and that the NBA and media companies are playing gatekeepers so that the big 3 is not being taken seriously. What do you guys think about that?
It is not the NBA's responsibility to take the big three seriously. It is Ice Cube's job to take it seriously. It's not like the NBA and college basketball have a relationship. Hey, once a year we get together, we do a draft, like we make sure college kids are actually trying to be college kids, basically not getting paid inappropriately or anything inappropriate happen. Now, you're a new company. You're trying to make money. The NBA doesn't give a fuck about you. They already have a stepchild. It's called the WNBA. Like, they don't need another one. So I'm just saying the NBA does not have to care about the big three whatsoever. And they're doing what they're supposed to do. Like, he's trying to make money. Cool. He proves the concept. You know what the NBA does? They start another developmental league. They start their own big three. That's what he's doing for them. And he doesn't realize it. He's like, oh, why don't they want to work with me? Why don't they want to work with me? Because you ain't proved the concept yet. Until you're able to sell out arenas routinely, that's when the NBA will jump in and say, either we're going to start our own thing or you're going to sell this shit for cheap. Because the NBA already has the relationship with all the players. They already have all the relationship with every player who's played in the NBA or everybody who's notable. They got the money to pay them. They can start a big three league that's already in NBA arenas that teams already operate out of. They don't need Ice Cube. He's just a guinea pig for if this concept can work. Do people want to see retired basketball players play ball?
And the answer is no already to that, Brandon.
Oh man, they were in Charlotte last weekend, man. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna drive this 2 hours to go see big three basketball though.
And here's another problem, Brandon. They not only have like retired people, they're now at the point where they have people that that didn't even play in the NBA playing it. Like, they have these young guys. I'm like, wow, these guys are a little faster. And then you're like, who are these fools?
It wasn't LiAngelo playing for the big three for a little bit. LiAngelo Ball. Or Jello. I'm sorry, I forgot.
That tells me it's trash.
I get my balls mixed up.
That tells me it's trash.
He didn't turn it into a big 3G league.
LiAngelo Ball actually welcomed a baby with his girlfriend recently this week. Shout out sponsorship.
Hey, congrats
to having babies with tramps.
So do you guys think that the NBA is blackballing though? Our friend Ice Cube here from success or
I don't think
success?
the NBA even paying attention to Ice Cube in that weak ass league.
Yeah,
I'm like Generation Z, just a little bit. I believe they probably have a little bit to stay because I think some of the owners wanted to invest that in the beginning and were like, nah, that's kind of like conflict of interest. We can't do that. And I think that's all it is. And Ice Cube wants to make it more bigger than it actually is. So he's looking for other white men to help him out. Yeah,
no, if he wanted to make it big, they should tour famous hoop courts around the country, get TV cameras and, record it live, play it live, but go and
get the
communities. Get the communities out there. I know they do, but they keep playing in stadiums. I don't know. I'm like, you're getting retired. A lot of still retired NBA players or players who weren't good enough to last. And there's plenty of guys that get paid a couple $1 million just to sit on the bench every year in the league. Now, it's not a lot. I'm not saying there's a lot. It's hard to stay in the NBA to some degree. But if you find a good enough role and you're good enough of a teammate and a role player, like you can get a couple of shitty contracts just to be on a bench and play sparingly. So the quality of the guys they're getting, some of them might still be, entertaining or athletic and good players, but I just think that the product is kind of stale and I've not watched much of it other than when I wanted to take a nap. So
yeah, it's pretty bad.
No Michael Rappaport on the sideline could keep me awake.
No, that's bad.
I will say though that there's only 300 NBA players. I think the drop off between the people who are in the NBA and hanging on and people who are playing in China and France, Turkey is not that big.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Is the big three like pulling players that are playing internationally in Spain? Like, nah, man, I gotta go play big three. I'm that good, but I'm gonna go play big three because that's a level up from playing in my European league.
Big three is not European, Turkey, Israel.
Philippines, China or Philippines.
Or China or Philippines.
The Puerto Rican League.
Puerto Rican league, Manny Pacquiao's in though.
Puerto Rican League get a couple of players. I'm gonna go big three might be a step later, maybe around the Philippine leagues, right around there.
So maybe they should go challenge other leagues' big threes. That's what
they should.
Hey, bro. Hey, your boy Ice Cube. Holla at your boy. I got great ideas. Get me on your payroll. You know what I'm saying? I help you build this brand out and get the NBA to maybe take it seriously, or just like be like, hey man, at least they're doing all right for themselves. But if you are not drawing in the quality of players that like you're not competing with even other leagues. Like, why are you trying to compete with the NBA? The NBA is like the pinnacle, and then he's like, I don't know why they ain't taking me seriously. Well, go check another league, man. Go,
exactly.
He's like, go to another country, be like, hey, man, y'all want to take it seriously? We could do some kind of feeder system or some kind of like combination. And if they take you seriously,
who gonna take old ass retired players and no name players?
That's why
this is what they need to do.
This is why I found it ironic.
I hope Ice Cube was not hoping people are watching it because it's competitive. I thought it was more like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for basketball players. Like, all right, cool. Rasheed Wallace might be able to get out there and play, 10 minutes. Good to see Rasheed Wallace in a smaller environment where you might be able to get an autograph or something like that. As more of like a Harlem Globetrotter sort of thing, where like it's a celebration of NBA talent. Or even like in the Drew League, like where people, like older retired players might show up and get some run. But yeah, I hope he's not thinking people are watching it because it's like the most competitive thing on the play. So.
Or that it's the most entertaining. Not even competitive. It can be competitive and not entertaining still. Like you want to watch some grappling matches, like those can, if you really into it, could be entertaining. Otherwise, a wrestling match or a jiu-jitsu BJJ match might be like really boring because these motherfuckers are just rolling and grabbing and getting all sweaty with the men's bodies on each other.
Hate it.
It's boring. Look, see. If they wanted some action in the big three, you should turn it to the big five. Have a 5-on-5 half court.
5-on-5 half court. Good look.
Have a whole bunch of niggas out there, and you got to have all the old players. You guys have the people that's known. You're starting to get like you guys are saying, people that didn't make teams, getting old European players.
Yeah, there's a team full of European players I ain't never heard of before.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you're diluting it, like the NBA diluting the talent.
But it's also like the whole plan of what he's trying to do is counterproductive because he's not competing for A1 talent necessarily, and he's also like they had the older players. That was kind of their shtick. That was, I think, what was like
that was
nice
shtick.
about it. But then they started blowing their knees out. Shit.
Yeah, they realized
some motherfuckers got real hurt, and they're like, "Yeah, bro, I ain't doing this." Like, nah, I made my money. I got bad knees already. I want my knees to last while they still around.
Yeah, because you don't heal from surgery now at 40.
Right. This is why I always against this black entertainment thing. Negro, just once you into entertainment, there's only so many places you can go. It's Hollywood, it's music, and it's sports. And when you try to pile on top of that, no, Negro, nobody wants to see a bunch. Like I said, a whole bunch of old people busting knees, having asthma attacks, breathing real hard after they dunk. That was funny when I forgot who that dude was to dunk. Who was it, Aaron? Was we watching? I think I was watching with Michael.
Kenyon Martin or Rashad Lewis?
No, it was a darker brother. It was like a big dude. Can't remember who it was, but he dunked and he started breathing when he was like, he got excited and he went to the sidelines and started breathing real hard. I was like, see, we can't have this. That man almost died. That's
fun though, because some of these guys still got some skills or can, in 3-on-3 can be a factor. But like how much cardio, how much they got left in the tank before they got to get subbed out. So it's always kind of moving because they all out of shape in some regard.
Yeah, a lot of them smoking a lot of stogies, eating bad food like I'm eating, and smoking a lot of weed. So
come on, Ice Cube's got to go back to the drawing board a little bit because it does seem a little bit funny for him to complain that the biggest and most
stick to making movies.
And he said he's always been. One thing he said that was interesting in the conversation. He's like, I ain't never been like a go with the flow or go with the herd type guy. That's why they shutting me out too, because the COVID stuff, and then him, he's been aligning himself with some people that are, or some of the more conservative right is starting to grab on the stuff he's saying and pull him in, and he's starting to be identified with some of that. But I'm like, bruh, didn't you make Are We There Yet too?
Come on.
Yeah, I'm not even mad at IQ talking. I'm never mad at people talking to people, man.
Yeah.
If you want to be Hotep, you want to play with right-wing racist folks, man, go at it. I don't care. I'm not the type of person on that. What you got to do is make a good business. You got to have a good business case. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense to have these old dudes out here shooting the ball. It was cool at first. Fizzle's running out, and ain't nobody blackballing you, Ice Cube. You
Yeah,
need to
I don't
stick to your roots, man. Get some of this
and
the money these rappers are getting now. These older rappers are getting now.
And the Carly Lloyd Award goes to Ice Cube. Wait, what's her name? Carly. What's her name?
Why you say Carly Lloyd from the soccer player?
No. What's the
Carly Rae Jepsen?
No. Who's the girl who faked her own kidnapping?
The black one or the white one? Which one?
Yeah, the black one in Alabama.
I didn't remember.
Let's not learn her. Let's not learn her name.
Yeah, I'm with Brandon.
Ice Cube over here faking his own hijacking of his brand. The NBA shutting me out, blackballing me. You're not getting blackballed. You wasn't there to begin with to even get blackballed.
Nobody's stopping him from his Big 3 tournament at Crenshaw High. The NBA okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, seriously. See, I'm telling you, go to small parks and just have like small events, ticket, buy it in.
Yeah, I mean, people would come out to watch it at parks. Like
and it'll be good for the neighborhood too. It's giving back, but then you can
put up
bring
some
your cameras,
charge, have food there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you sound like a car wash for the church, man. Like I don't know.
I mean, that's what this is.
Dude, seriously, you know what would be tight is that they had a tournament where like you have a couple of the big 3 teams play in the tournament, or you have a 3-on-3 tournament, and at the end they play one of the big 3 teams, or the final 4, all play a big 3 team. Sort of like
how when ESPN had their whole street ball thing, people didn't know it lasted a little longer. It wasn't just one day in the city. It was like there was like a bunch of tournaments, and then if you were one of the better players, you made the all-star team to play against the street ball team, the traveling street ball team with you remember with the main event and Professor and all them, you played against them.
You can even have your big 3 players, some of the players be coaches of some of the teams, be like, oh, we're gonna have big 3 players coach the team. I mean, your team makes it to the final, then that big 3 coach is gonna join the team, and you're gonna play the big 3 I
mean, to be honest, between the coaches he have now and the players playing, I don't know who should be coaching. It probably be better to get a custodian.
I think Paul Pierce is going to have to get at least 2 more misdemeanors before he's ready to play the big 3.
Oh, Jesus. He's not in shape. He's drinking too much. He's going to get injured real quick.
Paul Pierce need to bring some of them strippers up there.
Shout out to Paul Pierce.
Last time he didn't have a stripper when he was with KG watching the finals. Remember, he wasn't a stripper. It was the girl that he paid to be on a date with him.
Yeah, he's going his website. That'll be your girlfriend.
Shout out to Paul Pierce for thinking it is still 2000 for being like harassing a waitress at a poker table.
I'm glad you said this because you know what?
He's going crazy. He Paul said, Pierce, do you need moral support or oral support?
Paul Pierce is acting as if he had like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, like top 15 NBA player career. It's like, dude, your career wasn't that great for you to be acting like you're not going to get away with the shit you're getting away with. He's acting like he has like top player all-time career.
The other thing, but there's all his shenanigans recently. I hate to say this.
I know they have to do with alcoholism.
But it made me realize why he got stabbed.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate to say it, but like it explains a lot. Because like, remember he got stabbed at that bar.
Yeah, he got stabbed.
I was like, why is he at a little shady ass bar? But then I was like, man, that's too bad. Paul Pierce ain't been a bad dude. He's always been a good pro. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. But now I'm like, aha. All right, well, let's get to Cutty Corner Shoutouts. Cutty Corner Shoutouts is the segment where in the show where everyone gets a chance to rant, complain, or highlight something positive in the world. Cutty Corner Shoutouts. It's time.
We're burning now. God, if you let it in, hell, so cold and bleeding now. I'm in with it, man. Gonna let you down. He had sex with my mama. We're broken people now. I just said I need a
Aaron, do you have a Cutty Corner shout out?
Yeah. My Cutty Corner shout out is a melancholy Cutty Corner shout out for this week. I like to give a Cutty Corner shout out to Sinead O'Connor. She was trend setting. I liked her music back in the day. She kind of was one of the first artists to get canceled. I mean, but maybe deservedly so when she ripped the Pope's picture on SNL. I think was I still in high school when she did that, or right after I finished college, right around that time. It was when her second album came out. That was also a hit. And she performed on SNL. She surprised everyone and took out a picture of the Pope and ripped it in half. But that was, she wanted to bring attention to the sexual abuse that was going on within the Catholic Church.
I can see why you confused rape and rip when you.
What, did I say rape right there?
You're like rape the picture. I mean,
well,
rip the picture.
but you understand because she was talking about the Catholic Church and sexual abuse. A lot of people, a lot of especially brothers. I know we didn't listen to a lot of Sinead O'Connor. She was from Ireland. I listened to her. She sang one of Prince's greatest songs. Hits that he wrote for someone else, and that was Nothing Compares to You, that she sang. It just blew it out the water. She also had a song on her album called Black Boys on Mopeds. And Black Boys on Mopeds is a slow song, and she talks about really two events that really took place out in the UK. One was in London. Forgot what the other one was at, but it was basically about one kid mysteriously got arrested on the moped. They didn't think it was his or whatever it was. Police arrested him. It was after he was, I don't know what happened, but next thing you know, the guy had a gunshot wound on the floor in the police office, and they claim it was a suicide. Then the second case that really affected her, that made her create this song, was it was two boys. I think one of them borrowed the moped from their or scooter from their uncle. They rode. The police just started chasing them. They thought it was stolen. They started chasing them, led them into an accident, and the boys died. And so it's really big. She calls out Margaret Thatcher in the song. You gotta look at the lyrics to it. She talks about how this was basically part of Margaret Thatcher's plan, to have black boys on mopeds and to not care about them and have them die. I mean, it's great. It's a really intense song. It's really, and it's a good song. And so, Cutty, I like to give Malachi a shout out. I know her son committed suicide a little while back. He was missing, and I know she was suffering from that. So, may she rest in peace. May everyone rest in peace. I might talk about dead a lot, but I want them to rest in peace. I like to talk about just, maybe some shit they done when they was alive. I don't wish them to be burning in hell like Hitler. Shout out to Sinead O'Connor. May she rest in peace now. May she find that peace she couldn't find here. She always struggled with commercial success. She always struggled with that. She didn't want to be, artist. Here's another thing, another tidbit people didn't know about her. When she first toured the U.S., when she first was like blowing up and they found her, record company signed her, was like, I found this act. She's going to be amazing. It was an American record company that found her. Some scout found her in Ireland. It was like, she's going to be amazing. Brought her in the UK, brought her out here. She wouldn't write in limos. She refused to ride in limos. She's like, just pick me a van, a car, whatever. Another thing she did, something that a lot of artists didn't do back then, she always requested, she didn't want some up and coming like singer or nothing like. She always wanted a hip hop artist to be her opening act. And she gave way to a lot of black hip hop artists to open up for her. So just shout out to Sinead O'Connor. It's Patty. This is big week for Irish people. Patty and Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah, one gained citizenship and one passed away.
One found peace.
One found peace, and another Negro in America lost his citizenship. It was in Pedro.
And hopefully,
Pedro gonna try and get a regular and marry you for citizenship next.
And hopefully, all the dudes on that Cypher Brandon had could ride on mopeds through the UK.
Pedro, do you have a Cutty Corner shout out?
Yeah, I do. Aaron said something about autonomy on this show, and I was kind of against it, because they're trying to have the warehouse workers, truck drivers, all the blue-collar jobs go away. Now it seems like they're going into the white collar with the AI and the chat GPTs, GDs, BBCs, whatever they call.
GPT.
And it seems it's really disturbing me because you're not going to have a workforce. You're not going to have things for people to do. But there's one industry that I wish AI, chat, BBC, and autonomy would just take over. And that is the restaurant service industry, especially the fast food. I went through a drive-through today. Okay. And the lady asked me several times. Matter of fact, Jarrett was on the phone with me, or we were starting a podcast in one place I went to. Another place I went to for my son. I just asked for some chicken nuggets. That's it. I didn't ask for nothing fancy and some barbecue sauce. That's it. You know, niggas love them some barbecue sauce. Mm-hmm. So I just want some barbecue sauce. Okay, I pull around. Young girl. Yeah, that'd be $9 or whatever. Okay. Got my nuggets. Pull off. Got my little frosty. Got the little keychain thing. Pull off. And I get back home. No barbecue sauce. And I just remembered we went to go get some Wendy's, I think the day before. And I was like, yeah, can I have a single hamburger and some nuggets? Do you want some nuggets and some fries and 3 singles? I'm like, 3 singles? No, I just want the buy one, get one. That's all I want. Okay, that'll be $20 first window. $20? What did I order? I said, did you get my order right? Can you repeat the order? Yeah, you wanted 2 hamburgers, a single, and a large frosty. I was like, how did a single and the buy one get one turn into 2 hamburgers and a nugget and a large frosty? I got my keychain for my free frosty. I said free frosty. My 2023 free. I want my free frosty. You whore, you young whore. Give me my free frosty. Damn it! That's all I asked for. And she turned that order inside out, backwards, flipped it, and just remixed it just like Little Dicky did in that freestyle. I didn't understand anything she repeated back to me. And I'm like, dude. And how much as me, my old lady, my daughter, the girlfriend, my girl on the side, we all talk about how bad the service is at these drive with these young kids working it. In the summertime, these kids need jobs. I understand that. But these kids get so doggone high nowadays. Y'all got too much access to weed. Y'all have too many young. We didn't have all this access to drugs, and all we had was alcohol. That's all we had. We didn't have all this weed and dispensaries, and y'all stay high all the time. And I can tell these niggas high. Please get the robots in there to take my order. Please.
Maybe they're just bad at their job, Paige, on their young kids.
Everybody?
Maybe it's not the drugs. Maybe it's the education system.
It's the drugs and the education system. And the teachers also doing drugs right along with it. They're probably in there smoking, doing lines of coke.
You a whole coke head out here, bro.
I don't know this world is too high. They got to stop. Go ahead and replace the kids. I mean, go ahead and put the robots in where the kids supposed to be.
Brandon, you have a Cutty Corner shout
out? Yeah, man. My Cutty Corner shout out goes to parents with advice. That's what I'm gonna say. Not my parents. Love my parents. Love my mom. She's awesome. But I feel like other parents.
My advice to LeBron James.
Other parents at the park. Other parents online. They're just loud and wrong sometimes. Like, you just loud and you wrong. And that's fine. Like some people like you recognize they might have been abused as a kid or routinely gaslit, or they're dealing with their own shit at this point. Because now that I attend therapy, you unpack some shit. Like, oh, that's why I do that when that happens. Okay, man, I get it. But I'm starting to see other people who have some trauma in there inflict trauma on their kids. Like this one kid, I'm at the farmer's market 2 weeks ago. This kid falls down. He's crying. Mom didn't see it because she's obviously on her phone. There's some shit going on her phone. And the kid comes up crying. Ah! Mom, I can't take you fucking nowhere. Grabs his hand and just starts walking back to the car. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Never stopped to look at this motherfucker who's got a scraped knee or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? And then some lady tried to say, oh, he's bleeding. And she's like, stay out of my motherfucking business. And
you knew I was coming back.
And so you got parents like that, right? You got parents who expect their kids to act perfect out in public all the time. Now, I realized my parents were one of these parents that, like I feel like I was a saint compared to some of these kids out there today. But like parents who think their kids should act perfect all the time. So, some kids might have a hard time sharing. They might nudge a little bit, use their strength to push somebody out the way. You teach them like, hey, use your words. Say excuse me, something like that. No, but some dads out there on the park snatching their kids off the slide like they fucking Thor or some shit like that. This one kid was trying to climb up the slide while kids are trying to come down the slide, right? And like I'm standing at the bottom slide trying to get ready to catch my kid who's scared to go down this big slide or whatever. And he's like, "Hey, don't you do that!" Grabs his leg, yanks this motherfucker up by the leg. Almost stabbed him. He pulled him up so fast he almost snapped his neck on the bottom. I was like, dude, it is not that serious.
Yeah. I mean, he's a kid.
My daughter could wait. Like this kid's like motherfucker, like 4. Like he's over there talking to like his group of people. He's like, what is he doing? Yank. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
That sounds like good parenting to me, Brandon.
What the fuck is going on right now? Like at some point that kid's gonna beat the shit out of that dad.
You hope so, at least.
Or he's gonna learn not to be rude in public.
Oh, I hope so, man.
Brandon, at least that dad probably didn't want to have a situation like with Daniel Cormier. Hold on, I'm gonna interrupt real quick.
Yeah, man, you protect him. And I pushed a little girl down one time. DC, I'm sorry, bro. I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I was fighting, I was just wired a little different. The little girl kept beating on Dan at Bob and Cassandra house for an Easter party. She pushed him down, so I pushed her down. I was like, you like that?
DC.
No,
DC. Did you just say, do you like that?
Hey, you like that? Hey, listen to this. There was a little boy at a park when Daniel was like 4 years old. We going up and down the slide, right? The little dude don't want to wait his turn. He keep pushing everybody. So I tell the dude, I go to the dude's father. I was like, hey, if your kid pushes my kid one more time, I said, I'm going to push your ass down. He was like, what? I was like, man, get your kid under control. I was like, get your kid under control, man. I said, if he pushes him one more time, I'm going to push you down. Dude left. He grabbed his kid and left. I was like,
hell yeah, you gonna grab your kid and leave.
You better leave.
You can't, DC, here's the thing. You can't do that, bro.
Yeah, you can.
Brother,
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. Pushing a little girl. This nigga needs to be in hell. I hope I see him in hell too.
That's hilarious. I feel like I should do. If I was an MMA fighter, that's how I would handle most of these parenting situations. I was like, you know what, man? Let's fight. That's hilarious. But then you got parents online who just giving just terrible advice about shit. Like, oh, like how like parents just like pretend to leave you. Like that creates abandonment issues and shit like that. I don't know where I was going with this. I'm just saying, like, parents do better. Parents out in the wild.
White
parents.
Advice.
White parents.
LeBron James, be better as a parent.
Be better, guys. Be better. You gotta be 100%, but at least try. Pretend like you are, though. Pretend.
And if you gotta check your kid, check him.
Yeah.
Try not to break their neck though on the way up.
Do it. Like, yeah. I mean, you would think, like, you practice these things. Like, I understand it's not going to be bad to 100%. Sometimes you do have to physically intervene with somebody who's fucking with other people's kids, which I've had to do. But, you would imagine, like, it starts with talking. Like, there should be a hierarchy. Like, I tried to tell you, then now I got to snatch you. But no, not from.
Some kids got.
Not from. I'm not paying attention to. I'm yanking you out to the sky.
Some kids need that physical reinforcement as a learning mechanism, and that's part of the multi levels and dynamics of like the way different people learn. Some people learn are very physical, and they need physical, interaction, or they need physical consequences and benefits when they engage things. Some people are very cognitive. Some people use words. Some people are visual or audio learners. Touch. There's a lot that goes into it.
Right.
But yeah, don't abuse your kids though.
I don't know which parent I dislike more, the one that's physically aggressive with the kid at the park, or the parent that can't be found at the park. Like, the
parent that can't be found at the park is annoying to me. The one that might be a little over the top with if it's their own kid. If it's other kids, then that you can't come to the park. But,
right. Well, like you do those checks, like, okay, like you eventually figure out which kid goes to which parent, and there's always just like one kid who's wilding out.
Yeah.
And you're like, where's this kid's parent? And they're like,
you can do some mental warfare shit. You'd be like, the little kid is messing with your kid and the parents not paying attention, be like, hey, listen up, motherfucker, you keep fucking with my kids, I'm gonna take a shit in your bed. And they'd be like, what? and then at the end of the day, you befriend the parent, like, oh man, your little kid is so funny, so cool. Hey, we should hang out sometime, maybe have a play date. Da, da, da. And then you get in good, and then you take a shit in his bed when they invite you over for dinner.
Come on.
you know, shit has DNA in it. Like, can we do something that doesn't leave DNA evidence?
What happened?
Anyway, man. Yeah, that's Pedro's parents. What happened?
Yeah. Jaylen Brown signed a record-setting contract. How much was it for, Aaron?
300-something million. It's basically gonna work out to 60 a year for the last couple of years.
Okay, yeah, he's making the $300 million a year, $304 million contract, and said he is going to make the world a better place by spending it on worthy causes. Here's what he had to say.
What do you plan to do with the generational wealth? I mean, what do you plan to do off and on the floor with this new contract?
I want to launch a project to bring Black Wall Street here to Boston. I want to attack the wealth disparity here. I think there's analytics that supports that, you know, stimulating the wealth gap could actually be something that could be betterment for the entire economy. With the biggest financial deal in NBA history, it makes sense to talk about, one, your investment in community, but two, also, you know, the wealth disparity here that nobody wants to talk about. It's top 5 in the U.S. It's something that we can all improve on. It's unsettling. And I think through my platform, through influential partners, through selected leaders, government officials, a lot who are in this room, that we can come together and create new jobs, new resources, new businesses, new ideas that could, you know, highlight minorities, but also stimulate the economy and the wealth gap at the same time.
All right. What do you guys think about Jaylen Brown? Black Wall Street in Boston.
So actually, obviously, that question was he set that up. I was 100%
I don't know if he set it up because he didn't say shit in his answer, Pedro.
Yes, he did. That's why he went on with that. He went on with that damn.
He repeated himself about 7 times, dude. I thought Jared had the fucking video on repeat.
Personally, I love what he had to say.
And then my next thing was I know Jared just busted a nut in his pants after hearing that.
Am I the only one aroused right now?